today we're gonna be looking through my first ever finished study sketchbook. This is a very old sketchbook. I got it in 2018. So at the beginning it really wasn't, it was like journal slash I was doodling around. These are all old drawings and I would really love to do this. I was thinking about a painting, but yeah, it's just an old sketch. I was trying to teach my friend how to draw eyes, and in this particular sketchbook the main focus was anatomy, because I feel like I really never understood how the body works or how to draw it, but I really wanted to just get better and understand more of anatomy. But yeah, these are some old projects, like commission work that I had. I'm still very happy about this guy. It was a commission. I think it turned out pretty cool. Some old stuff, just some like shell doodles, flower doodles. Again, this is all from 2018. Also did some lettering, some like things for graphic design. So just some ideas for graphic design, some grains for Procreate brushes and things like that. And then from this point on is where we get down to business. And if you remember, if you saw the video where I decided to spend 100 hours learning how to draw the body, and I called that the anatomy mission, which was to spend 100 hours learning how to draw the body. And it has 3 steps. Step 1 was to learn basic anatomy. Step 2 is get better at gesture drawing. And step 3 was learn to draw from my imagination, which I've never been able to do. And I feel that after going through this whole sketchbook, I definitely got so much better. I feel like you can never know enough of anatomy, and I still feel like even though I spent all of this time, and you'll see all of this time learning about anatomy, I still feel that there's so much to learn, and it just makes me excited. And looking back at the first ever day that I spent studying anatomy, it's just crazy to see, because I'm just happy that I decided to do this for myself. So this is basically, I'm following the book by Andrew Loomis called Figure Drawing for All It's Worth. I found it incredibly useful. I know there's other anatomy books that are just as good. If you know any other books that can be helpful for me to learn anatomy, just please let me know in the comments. This is day number 1 of the 100 days of studying, and I was just trying to loosen up, and I was using this pencil, this Koh-i-Noor pencil. I was using this, and also this just like this Faber-Castell 5B, but I also have an 8B that I was using for all these drawings. But here I was just basically learning how to loosen up, trying to capture the mannequin that he explains in the book, and just like this simplified version of the body. And I feel like these are pretty good for it to be my first day ever really trying to learn anatomy. This is still all day 1. There were some long days during this challenge. At this point, I was feeling much more comfortable, and I realized that I was making quicker decisions than when I started. I wasn't feeling so afraid of messing up. So I decided to make it harder for myself, and I just took a highlighter and a marker and a ballpoint pen, and I just went around and tried to draw the body as I was seeing it in the book. I feel like these are quite stiff, but it's the end of day 1 of the challenge, and I am honestly very, very, very happy about this. Like at the moment when I was doing them, I felt like, whoa, this is so cool, like I can't believe I draw this, and I still feel like that because I still think it's like an important step. But yeah, they're like quite stiff, you know, and that's amazing that I'm able to see that I got so much better just because I practiced a bunch. This is day 2 of the 100-day challenge, of the 100-hour challenge, not days, hours. This leg I remember being very happy with. I'm still quite happy with it. But then we have this guy, which like, he has the longest legs in the history of legs. Really not proportionate at all, but that's okay. I was just trying to, you know, learn. And for this I used just Prismacolor color pencil, some old like box I had. So I was just using that to study. And then I decided to switch again to ballpoint pen and made the Stiffaroni sketches. These are quite stiff, but yeah, I mean, first time ever trying to understand the arcs of movement. So, you know, all in all, this is pretty good. It's just very, very stiff, and in like, you'll see we get better. But this was not a good day. I wasn't getting it really. I was getting a bit frustrated. So then I did this drawing, I'm like, what the, let's try that again. And something that was really amazing for me about this sketchbook is that I learned to not care if I mess up. I would like, Okay, some background. So before I made this challenge, anytime that I would have a reference and draw that reference, and if I wouldn't like how it turned out, then it almost felt like that reference was cursed. Like I didn't want to touch the reference again. I failed, so why try again? Like I had this like really bad mentality. But during this sketchbook, you're gonna see it's a very recurrent theme that if I don't like a drawing, I just try it again, and I keep on trying it and trying it and trying it until I like it, which it might seem like a very obvious thing, but honestly, this was quite revolutionary for me. It really allowed me to improve, and it also helped me grow a much more healthy mindset around making mistakes. So it doesn't matter if I mess up. Like the whole point of it is to fail and try again. Because if you fail and you fail often, you get to a point where you never thought that you were going to get. So it's important to do things that you maybe not like. When you look back, you're like, whoa, that's stiff. Because this is just the second day of this challenge. And as we move forward, it just gets better and better. I think this is like, here I felt more comfortable. These are still a bit stiff, but again, first time trying arcs of movement. Here I was trying to figure out how to position a body in space. I think this was funny, this is okay, but these other ones are, yeah, not the best. Here we go again, more body in space. I sort of like this one, I remember. And then more of just trying to figure out the body. I remember I thought this was really cool. I also really liked this leg, I liked this arm, I thought this was cool. This is very stiff, but again, it's cool. Now, this is the end of day 3 and the beginning of day 4. And here I really felt like there was a lot of improvement, because maybe the drawings don't look, I mean, they look good, they're good drawings. But the improvement I felt was in my level of comfort when I was drawing them. Like I felt really comfortable, but I mean, at this point I had already drawn all of this. So, you know, I sort of got myself familiar with the body. So this felt really comfortable to draw, and this was really like a turning point. And for these ones, I just used this rainbow pencils and just the Faber-Castell pencil on top. So yeah, this. I really like this. And then again, these are the rainbow pencils. These are not like the greatest, but they're okay. And this is the first time that I have ever drawn any figure from my imagination. And let's start with what went right. I love this one. I think this is super cool, even though it looks like, I don't think anyone would ever just sit like this. This is like a very awkward position for someone to be, but I figured it out with my brain, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think this is really, really cool, and I remember being very proud of it. And then if we look here, like, what's this bend? But, you know, I'm cutting myself some grace. I'm just having fun because it's the first time that I ever try this, and, you know, it's obviously not gonna, I mean, it doesn't need to go incredibly well. I just need to have fun while I'm doing it. And I remember I was laughing so much. I was like, what is this bend? Like, who bends like that? But whatever. This is cool. I'm happy about this. And this is also from imagination. This guy is so stiff. He just looks like, eh. But it's okay. I remember this. I feel like there's some movement here. I feel like I can feel the arm moving. Now here we're moving into learning how to draw female body. Remember learning about this like discs, this simplification of the hip was incredibly helpful for me to understand legs and just how to draw them in general. So this was really, really helpful, like learning them like this, like that the hips are like discs like that. This is another simplification of it. And again, failing and trying again. This is our current theme. Failing and trying again. But yeah, like through this whole sketch, and I mean the trying again is not like the most finished drawing. Like I tried to not focus so much on the final piece, but more on the feel of the pose. Like I really tried that it felt like a real body in space. My fingers are covered in graphite. But what else is new, right? Yeah, I like this one. Now here is the end of day 4, and this was so much fun. I thought this was so epic. I've never ever drawn skeleton or yeah, like a bit more focused anatomy study. And I personally don't think I'll go out of my way to really learn like all of the names of all of the muscles. Like I've seen some really incredible artists here on YouTube that are like basically like talking to a doctor when it comes to knowing how the muscles work and stuff. And I do think this is really relevant and important, but for my own practice, I feel like I really want to learn how the body works, but maybe not put so much pressure into learning each name of each thing. I was following the book, so I learned a few things. I feel like it's more important to understand how the muscles work together than knowing the particular name of, you know, the deltoid or the triceps outer, or I don't know, the brachials articus, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, I really loved following Andrew Loomis's book, but I've heard that there's like, actually this is day 5. This is day 5 of the challenge. Yeah, as I was saying, I really like learning from Andrew Loomis's book, but if you guys know any other anatomy or study drawing books in general that are really good or helped you, please let me know in the comments. This is also really cool. Very, very happy about this and this. And I feel like this leg is also really cool. Like all of them, I really love all of this. Then again, we move to the body. Here we're trying to simplify like the muscle groups and trying to understand like how they can connect. This is the end of day 5, and here I was studying the planes of the body, so try to understand like if it would be like a block, how would it work? I love this leg. I also like this foot, like it's a cool simplification of it. This little person I also like. Then this is day 6. This was like from the mannequin, so the wooden mannequin. You had to like make it into a person. I really like this. I love that I started learning how to really shade the backs and like just in general learn how to shade, be a bit more bold with like the edges of things. I think that's really cool. I do not like this, but that's okay. It's fine. And this is the first time that I ever started learning about what foreshortening is. If you don't know, foreshortening is just this illusion when things move towards the viewer. They end up looking shorter than they really are. So it's like when an arm is going towards you, or a knee is going towards you, or a foot is going towards you. And in the book, there's this tip that helps you. The tip says that if you make like rings around the form, it becomes easier for you to understand how the body is moving in space. And for me, this like really helped. So yeah, really love this page. And I noticed I was doing too much pencil, so I decided to move into ballpoint pen and make it harder for myself because I cannot really erase anything. I actually think this ones I started with color pencil, again the Prismacolor pencils, and then I just went over it with ballpoint pen. Not anything special, just ballpoint pen. I love this a lot. I think this is super cool. And again, we move to pencil, and this is the end of day 6. More of the planes, more of studying that. And now we move into shadows, which was very exciting. This is the first time I ever shadowed? I ever added shadows to a figure, like while I'm studying. And it's not the greatest, but it's okay. This is better, and this is much better. So that's good. I love this. I love this. And I love this. I think this is really, I couldn't believe it when I made this drawing. But I mean, it makes sense. Like at this point I had spent a whole week just studying and going through. But this is what I mean, you know, like this is cool. But when you look and then you compare to where I ended up with my anatomy skills, like it's a cool drawing, but it's objectively stiff. So this is so much better and I'm really happy about it. Again, this is all just copying Loomis's book. I love this. I remember looking at this reference and thinking I wouldn't be able to do it, and then when I was able to do it, I was like, ah! So I love that. Love this. Do not like that. I love this. I started being aware of where to place the dark lines and to just give it like this three-dimensional feeling. So I feel like this was a good point. This is the end of day 8. Day 9, I absolutely love this one. This one's okay, this one's okay. I like this one, but I love this. Like, I just love how it's so, there's not so many lines, like it's just very few lines suggesting the form, and I was really going with this pencil and just like quickly adding shadows, and then with my blending stump and just like going really quickly And at the end I went, I think, with this mechanical pencil and just did like the delicate lines, and I just think this is super, super cool. Very happy about this. Nope. Try it again. Better. It doesn't feel like it's standing. It doesn't have like the right balance. So this, like, it feels there's more movement, right? This is just like a bit more real. Again, nope. And try it again. This is better. Once again, it was the balance that was off. I just feel like it doesn't feel like she's standing there because the chest is like a bit too backwards. And here there's like, oop, don't pass out. It's okay. He had low blood sugar. It's okay. Okay, but here there's like more movement. So I really like this. And this is the end of day 9. Then we get to day 10. I love this because it felt like a stylization of Loomis's drawing. I feel like I had a lot of fun with the face, and I just love how it ended up looking. I love this. Like, I just feel like she's really standing there. Here we were studying the twists of the body, and I feel like this is really successful. Very happy with that one. Very happy with this, very happy with this, super happy with this. Again, it's just, I feel like I learned how to really use quick, bold lines to map out the shape. I think this is really successful. I'm really happy with this. This is not so much, but I like this. It's the end of day 11 and the beginning of day 12. Something wasn't working this day. I wasn't like, I don't know why. There's like it doesn't feel like the shading is not as delicate as I would like it. So then I just decided to switch to ballpoint pen, and I love this. It's just like, I remember feeling very, very proud of the fact that I was just doing these lines, and then at the end I was adding some color just to add some shadow. So I'm really happy about that. And then I just moved to color pencil. I really like this. I was trying to really get this like form shadow. Focusing on that. So I think this is really successful. This is the end of day 13. This doesn't look very comfortable. This is when I was learning about the tilt line, which is an imaginary line that just helps you understand the balance of the body. Really like this ones. I really like this one. But yeah, this is all about balance. And I feel like all of this feel like they could be standing. Of course, there's like still some improvement. There's still a lot of improvement that I, could achieve. But I'm very happy with this at this point. This is day 14, beginning of day, sorry, what? The beginning of day 15, here we go. I love that. This is the first time in the whole sketchbook where I was actively trying to make some color choices so that the drawing would look just more pleasant to look at. Not so much like just the lines, which is also really cool, but here I was really trying to add the right shadows and just have like this nuances of color. I really think this is very successful. I love the blending of the shadow. This is something that Loomis does all the time, but I loved picking it up. The blending of the hair with the shadow of the background, like it just gives it like this feeling like it's this world inside of the page. So I'm very happy with this. Love, love her. Not so much, but love her. I think this is so cool. I love the shadow here. I love the shadow here. I think this like very light, subtle light here. I feel like this is super successful and I'm really happy with it. These are the first time that I was trying to do 2-minute gestures, which was so challenging. I had this pose. These 2 poses I must have done like 20 times. You'll see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 6. And this one is like, I like it. And for this one also, like, I just tried it so many times and it wasn't working. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. I think this was the last one. I think it did this, and then this one. Not sure. But anyway, this one wasn't so successful, but I was just like, whatever, I'm happy with this one, so I'll move on. This was around 2 minutes each gesture. Here I was learning about rhythm, so connecting different parts of the body to different, to other parts to make the body feel, connected. Here is like following the example of rhythm in the book. These are all the drawings in the book. I really think this is very successful. I love this. I wasn't really into drawing men so much. I don't know why. But in this book, there's like, yeah, both men and women. So I was challenging myself to do it, and I really think this is very successful. And also this one's very successful. I'm very happy with them. I love this. I just really liked when I started. This is also Prismacolor pencils. I just really loved when I started mixing the darker shade of a color with the lighter shade of a color. I just feel like it just adds so much depth. So, and I just really like it. And here I was trying to shade almost as if I was using a pen or ink, but with color, and I think it's pretty cool. This is the end of day 16. This guy's cool. This is not, it's okay. This is day 17, or is it day 17 or the end of day 17? Yeah, this is the end of day 17. At this point I was like, not more. I was really trying to get this drawing to be good, but it just wasn't working. So I was just like, okay, I'll try it again tomorrow, and I did again. And I really like it. Like, there's just so much difference. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of this in this sketchbook where I feel like I fail at something and then I just try it again. And it's just like on a whole nother level, so yeah. Then we have some ink stuff. Some ink stuff that I love. End of day 18. Yeah, marker was running out. Tried again, did not like it. Tried again, did not like it. And then tried again, and it's better, but still not like it. But it's okay. This one's the best one. End of day 19. On this day, I didn't really feel like it. So I decided to try to memorize the groups of muscles. Just try to quickly memorize, like just commit to memory the groups of muscles in the shoulders and the arms and upper body and the back. And it was just pretty fun to try to memorize these curves for when I'm drawing later. Absolutely love this. This is really cool. Yeah, these are a bit more, I guess, serious drawings already. Tried it, did not like it, tried again, it's much better, so then I moved on. Yeah, nope. I like this a lot with ink. Yeah, didn't know about this one then, and I don't know about this one now, but it's okay. It's just I was showing up and just trying. This is day 22. It wasn't working, so I just tried it again, and then it really worked. Really liked all of these. I think these are really cool. And then this, I was using the mannequin and just placing it and trying to figure it out by myself, sort of to prepare myself for gesture drawings. I did all of these gesture drawings. I think each of them must have been like 2 minutes or something like that. At the beginning it was really hard, but I really like this guy. I really like this. I really like this, really like this. I feel like they were quick and they really captured. I love this one. I feel like this one's super cool. Also, I like this one. This one's also really cool. I love this one. But, sorry. Love this one. Love this one. I love that I was able to capture like this whole line. No. I really like this one. These are all done in 2 minutes or around 2 minutes. But yeah. And then these are from imagination, which if we look back and look at this is pretty cool. It's still, I was feeling really powerful, so then I decided to make like a powerful woman because I was close to finishing the challenge, and then I did this one, which I feel like, okay, there's like a lot more understanding of how the body works, which is great, but yeah, there's still like some work to be done. But it's the first time that I've done like just a full body piece of someone, and I think this is really good, so I'm happy about that. Then I got bored of anatomy, so I decided to take, actually no, in the Figure Drawing for All It's Worth book, there's some portrait studies. So then I decided to do them, and I did this one first, didn't like it, and then this one, thought it was better, but I still thought that it could be better, and then I did this one, and I really like this one. Like, this is really cool, very happy about that. This is still all in the same book. This, by the way, here, was the end of the 100 hours of studying. This is the end of the 100 hours, and then this is 100 plus. I'm continuing to study from the book. This is just a reference of a statue that I found, so it feels quite, I mean, it doesn't feel stiff, but it's a statue and it feels like a statue. and I like that about it. But yeah, I really like this, and it's just like massive improvement from here to here. So yeah, I'm very happy about making the choice to study all of this. Really think this guy was very successful. Again, it's a study from a sculptor. Here's some studies for facial features. I really love all of these. I think this is really cool. The noses I could do more work around, but you know, noses are hard to draw. I'll get to that later. But the ears are really cool. Some more portraits, some lips. Here I decided to have fun and just do some portrait work with, this is also from the book, from Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, and I just did it with some Prismacolor pencils. I used 2 pencils per sketch, and I really love how they all turned out. I like this eye a lot. I like there's no connecting line here. I think that's like a really cool technique to show form, but also like it just feels like there's so much light, so I feel like this is really successful. Trying and trying again. Very happy about this. These are okay. They're not the best. They're okay. Some baby faces, some hands. I like this finger. More hands. These are also with the rainbow color pencils. I love this. I love this. And I had to do it 1, 2, 3 times. This first time, yeah. No. So I tried again, and I liked it, but I still felt like it, still no. And then I decided to try it again with graphite, and I just think I love this. I feel like this is really successful, and I'm very happy, very happy about it. Really loved it. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of trying and failing. And this day I didn't feel like it at all. So then I did like all of this. I got to this one and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then I didn't want to do it for some time, but I got back and I did it. This is some example I did for my past video where I was explaining how sometimes when you're a beginner, you don't know to complete your line. So then the body parts look like they're not from the body. So this is just an example of that. And this is done the right way. In this spread, I was really trying to do some foreshortened poses. Here we have like this knee that's like going like forward, and I really think there's like a lot of action here, like very few lines, really successful. This one was challenging, but I think it's turned out really great. And this is like, I never thought that I would ever draw something like that. So I cannot believe that we started all the way here and ended up like this. It's like pretty epic. So yeah, during this whole challenge, I just learned so many things that allow me to draw like this now. So I'm very grateful that I decided to give myself the time, and I'm very happy about this drawing. Here are some more examples for foreshortening, like about how foreshortening works for my previous video. And here I was talking about the confident lines. And this is from another book from Andrew Loomis, which is the Drawing Heads book. I decided to start studying, and we have reached the end. Since I decided to study figures, I decided that my next study subject would be portraits, but this is the last spread. Looking back, where we started and where we ended, I think I'm really grateful to this sketchbook, and I'm very happy that I gave myself the time to, just get better and have fun and fail a lot.
Now, I really challenged myself with this last illustration. This spread was one of the hardest things that I've done in this sketchbook for sure. And like any good challenge, the process was filled with mistakes, failures, and more mistakes. But at the end, I am super happy and grateful with the result. And if you're interested in seeing the whole drawing process, all the mistakes and all of the failures and all of the wins, check out this video.